the animal, trying to interact with it. They say the bear may also have its nose, and the goal right now is to, of course, capture the animal, assess it for possible injuries, and then relocate it to its nearby habitat. Fish and Wildlife said it started receiving calls of a black bear in this Fillmore neighborhood, and since then that bear has wandered from backyard to backyard. It's been on the move here. He's been spotted. He or she has been spotted in a jersey, under a trampoline, really just about anywhere here. Again, officials say this bear is extremely stressed, and they'll soon have biologists. In fact, 2 are on their way out here. They're going to try to trap that animal. There is a potential, they tell me, for chemical immobilization. They want to ensure that the animal is healthy before releasing it back into its habitat. They'll tag the animal, determine the sex and size, and possibly put a GPS collar on it. Here's more from residents. Okay, what did he say?
His mom came out to take out the trash can and that the bear was sitting down here underneath the trampoline.
Ask him how frightening it was for him.
Poquito, no mucho.
A little bit, not a
A bit, yeah.
Pero it's a bear. It's a bear.
Yeah, I know, but it's...
I like it.
What about you guys? Your first time seeing a bear?
But it was looking, it was pretty awesome. First time seeing a bear. It was awesome.
And keep these things in mind. If you do see a bear, secure trash cans. Make sure you remove all food sources. Keep your pets indoors or on a leash. If you're outside, you're startling that bear. You want to know that you are there, and of course, watch from a distance. And you can see the 2 officials behind me here as we bring you back out here live. One of them just told us that the biologists that are making their way out here, 2 officials, that one of them will actually use a dart to try to tranquilize that animal. It's believed to be somewhere in one of here, and it's why it's quiet. You don't see any residents behind me, Lauren. They've asked everyone to go inside because they say when that happens, there's always a possibility that scared animal could run out, run into the streets, and they, of course, don't want anyone getting hurt. So that's what we're standing by. An empty scene here, but it's for center to trap that animal and get it to its habitat. We're hoping to have all of that captured for you on camera, of course. We'll send it.
And we need a safe distance too, Corrine. Thank you.
Yes.
Family members and a man who was shot. San Bernardino County deputy held a news conference this morning calling for the deputy to be fired. The family says a shooting happened last month in Apple Valley when they called 911 about a home intruder. They were told by the 911 operator that they could leave the home. But when they went outside, a deputy opened fire, pushing 18-year-old alone 3 times.
It's a classic example of officers being impulsive, being reckless, racially profiling a young black kid, and shooting first and later.
I don't understand how someone heartless and shoot my brother how he did for no reason.
Family members are calling for accountability and additional training. The claim out of the house armed with a large knife, and that's when the deputy opened fire. Today, the U.S. Supreme Court connected to President Trump's effort and birthright citizenship. Breaking precedent, Mr. Trump became the first sitting president to attend a hearing of the High Court at the High Court. KTLADT Trevor Shirley reports.
And while the president was inside court, he stayed long enough to hear the government's position. He left before the opposing side presented its case. The president's motorcade arrived at the court early morning, just before arguments began. Today's case stems from an executive order the president signed on the first day of his second term. That order said children to parents who were in the country illegally are not entitled to automatic U.S. citizenship. The citizenship restrictions are part of the broader immigration crackdown, but so far they've not yet taken effect anywhere in the country after being blocked by several courts. For years, it's been established in settled law that anyone born in the United States or its major territories is automatically granted U.S. citizenship, with narrow exceptions, say for the children of foreign diplomats working in the U.S. The White House argues the law should not extend to children born to people who enter the U.S. illegally. Today, both sides are laying out their arguments to the justices.
Unrestricted birthright citizenship contradicts the practice of the overwhelming majority of modern nations. It demeans the priceless and profound gift of American citizenship. It operates as a powerful pull factor for illegal immigration and rewards illegal aliens who not only violate the immigration laws, but also jump in front of those who follow the rules.
Ask any American what our citizenship rule is, and they'll tell you, everyone born here is a citizen alike. That rule was enshrined in the 14th Amendment to put it out of reach of any government official to destroy.
And while arguments are happening today, a final ruling likely won't be released later this spring or early summer. Reporting in Washington, I'm Trevor Shirley, KTLA 5 News.
President Trump will address the nation tonight on the Iran war. This will be the first primetime address since the U.S. and Israeli assault on Iran began several weeks ago. The White House is not elaborating on exactly what the president's message will be. However, he and other officials have recently been expressing optimism on the progress being made. The president said yesterday he expects to wrap hostilities up in about 2 to 3 weeks. He also says Iran's new leader asking for a ceasefire. However, Iranians say the president's remarks are false. KTLA will carry the president's address live at 6 o'clock. For the first time in more than 50 years, NASA is sending 4 astronauts around the moon. We are just a few hours away from the historic Artemis II moon mission launch. KTLA's Angelique Cock watch party at the Columbia Memorial Space Center in Downey with more. Angelique, I imagine everybody is pretty excited there.
Oh, yeah, to say the least, Lauren. Very excited. I'm excited, too. I've got my official NASA jacket on, ready to sort of get things going here. People have started showing up before 10 this morning. A lot of kids, families expected to show up. So, again, a lot of excitement here for this mission. Let's take a live look over to Cape Canaveral in Florida right now. This is a live look at that rocket. Again, 4 astronauts. They have been shuttled over to the launch pad just about a half an hour ago. We're all getting settled into the Orion, their new home, for 10 days. They've also been doing communication checks. Now, Artemis II, of course, not landing on the moon, but actually well past it, so they can the way home. The other part of this mission is how connected it is in California. Victor Glover, one of the astronauts born in went to Ontario High School, and of course the Columbia Memorial Space Center itself. Back out here live, that's where we are. We're also joined by Jared. You're the proclaimed encyclopedia of this place.
Yeah, one of the people that works here that knows a little too much, maybe.
Excited are you for today? When did you start getting into all things space?
Oh, I got into space when I was a little kid, and I'm so excited today because we have never gone to the moon in my lifetime. This is the first time I'm ever going to see a mission people go to the I might not be excited about that.
And what makes Downey so interesting? What makes it so historic?
A lot of people don't know here in Downey, we are the home of Apollo and we are the home of the space shuttle. The exact spacecraft that took people to the moon and spacecraft that built the International Space Station were built right where we're standing here today.
And there's a lot of, I'm told, engineers were just across the street from here.
Yes, they lived in Downey, they worked in Downey, they shopped in Downey, and we actually have a couple of the engineers who are already showing up today, coming almost like a homecoming for them as to watch this generation head.
It's not reason enough to come down at this watch party. You get your own gear. And also what's interesting, Jared's already been doing it. I've been seeing him. A lot of have questions. They're going up to him. He's going to be around throughout that watch party today when that launch happens to answer those questions. So that's one reason to come down. It's also completely free. We've got all the details up on KTLADT. But for now, reporting live in Downey. Angelique, back over to you, studio.
Wow. Angelique, thank you. Also have later where you got your jacket.
Yeah.
I want to know. I'm sure people are going to be wondering that.
Absolutely. I want one. They're fantastic. And I am waiting with bated breath for this launch.
Yes, I know. I know. I was reading that NASA commentators say, too, the astronauts were watching clips from Top Gun and Point Break.
Smart.
Yeah, fun, right?
Inspiration. Absolutely good movies. Well, let's wish them luck, and let's hope that window of opportunity does occur. And, of course, we'll have it for you live here on KTLA as we make our way through the afternoon. And hello, everybody. Halfway through the work week, we've got a cloudy-looking Mount Wilson camera shot for you, and that's because we still have a little of the lingering, some moisture up into the mountains and some of the foothills that's sticking around Southern California. The last 24 hours have seen a little bit of some rainfall here in Southern California. Ventura, the Camarillo, Oxnard areas over the last 24 hours, an inch of rain, so pretty impressive. But no rain today. Just a good deal of that cloud cover still holding on through the Santa Clarita, San Fernando, also portions of the San Gabriel valleys. But as you take a look towards the IE, you can see we're looking at a little bit more sunshine for San Bernardino and Riverside. They currently are sitting at 86 right now in Big Bear, 66 into Santa Monica. Still looking at on flow, that south flow, but that's going to change to a northwesterly flow. And that's going to bring around, for Thursday and Friday, a good deal of high wind watches, wind advisories, as well as high wind warnings. We'll give you more details on the winds. We'll talk about a beautiful Easter forecast when I return in a couple of minutes. Lauren, back to you.
Sounds good, Guy. Thanks. Still ahead on the KTLA 5 News at noon, more of your top stories, including a consumer alert for April Fool's Day.